both Senator Gallego and Senator Kelly ran, they got elected. You ain't been elected to shit, so why don't you shut up? So people that follow American politics and like particularly Democratic politics should be ecstatic, should be aglow about what has happened recently in Arizona. I can barely remember, I can remember Senator DeConcini and I guess Governor Napolitano. I think she was in the Clinton administration before she was governor. But that's about it. So we don't do any, Arizona has never been a very bright spot for Democrats until like today. If we have a Democratic governor and two Democratic senators. So I'm going to read to you an article from the New York Times by a journalist, did a good job, by the name of Kellen Browning. It seems like an experienced guy. And I'm going to read you verbatim from this story. Angered by Mr. Trump's victory, Democrats installed a new party chairman, Robert Branscombe, an insurance company owner who had been a vice chair. Mr. Branscombe soon began clashing with staff members over personnel choices and accused them of sabotaging him by withholding financial documents. Mr. Branscombe, who declined to comment for his article, wrote party members detailing infighting and attacking Senators Ruben Gallego and Mark Kelly, both Democrats. You know what they did? They sat in the backseat of a car all night driving from Yuma to Tucson to raise money. Well, you didn't do anything. Both Senator Gallego and Senator Kelly ran, they got elected. You ain't been elected to shit, so why don't you shut up? And that's the problem with these people from the quote progressive, unquote, whatever the fuck that is, that come into these state parties that didn't do anything, that have outstanding Democratic elected officials fighting with the governor. We finally had a Democratic governor. And this guy exemplifies to me what's wrong with that wing of the party. And in the story, Mr. Branscombe says, I will not be coerced. I will not be silenced. Well, why don't you just shut up anyway? Because you haven't gotten elected to anything. And why don't you pay attention and work for the people that are out there who are not just trying to win elections, but are actually winning elections. And you see this in these state parties where look at what they did in Nevada, one of the most successful state parties in the history of the United States. Democratic senators, we always had Democratic governors until now. The majority of female state legislatures, they took over the party, which turned it into a useless glob of nothing. And once Democrats understand, you got one goal, dude, that's to win elections, not run your jackass mouth, which is all this guy Branscombe is good for. And we got to go to these people, and they need to really consider whether they're Democrats or not. Maybe they ought to go join the pronoun justice, social, I don't know, equity party or whatever they're doing. But when you don't respect people who go out and win elections and work and put their names out front and dare to lose, then there's no use for you in Democratic politics. That's my view.